Harris, I'm actually very, very excited you showed up for this one because the viewers and listeners don't know. You've been bizarrely trying to put this one off, and it got me thinking. I think I found a movie that you're just a little too scared to even watch.
A little too spooky? A little spooked?
I'm just going to go on a limb. Obviously, we're going to do a rating at the very end.
Yep.
But I have a feeling of where you stand on this movie, or at least where you thought you were going to stand on this movie.
Yeah.
I just think you're a little too scared. There's always an excuse not to watch this. And I think this is the first time Way Too Spooky has actually covered the paranormal world.
Well,
I don't think we've done a ghost movie.
Before we even jump into the further. Let's just make note that we're wearing the same exact clothes from the last episode.
Yeah.
We're trying to conserve water.
Well, we're in the midst of a wild card around here, so I have like 3 Philly shirts that I just wear. Yeah. That's what, and you're just a dirty piece of shit.
Yeah, I wear the same.
Change.
I wear the same 2 outfits every year.
You wear that Jaws shirt all the time.
I do.
And it just becomes part of your identity.
It is.
So
I'm a shark. I'm a killer shark.
Yeah. So people are like, did they change? Maybe we did, or maybe we literally just filming another one right back to back. But it's going to be dropped in the same week regardless. These first 2 episodes.
But we just came from the Anaconda episode. Real quick, I just wanted to shout out to Harris on his 3rd child.
Oh, yeah.
This one's for you, Harris. Maybe some at a time.
Maybe some at a time. Sorry. I always forget what a massive fan he is of that movie.
Especially Cerrone.
Sometimes you forget that kind of stuff. Yeah. But we're actually into what I think is a phenomenal franchise. Personally, the paranormal does kind of spook me out. It freaks me out because... Is it real? Is it not? And it can startle you at any moment in your own home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought...
It's that shadow you think you saw that movie Shadow. It's that...
It's literally...
It's the unknown.
Since you're a kid, it's every reason why you ran up the stairs at night when the lights were off. Mm-hmm. It's never because you think there's a shark or a snake or a killer. Yeah. It's what you think there's a ghost.
Yeah. What's going to chase behind you as you're walking up those stairs?
Like a demon.
Yeah.
Like a demon ghost.
There's a great GIF out there, or GIF, whatever they call them.
Yeah, or you keep your feet under the blankets.
This guy turns the lights off and he runs upstairs and gets under his blanket, and this guy in a black outfit comes and he goes, darn, yeah, almost got him.
Or like, you ever see that meme where they're looking down at the stairs and it looks like some weird demon looking at them? Like, would you go down there for $1 billion or something like that?
God, no.
I was like, yeah. We're going right towards the end here because it's the newest one of the franchise. Yeah. Insidious Red Door.
Right. The 3rd one, I mean, there was I think there's 5 movies.
5, I believe.
And this is the direct sequel to 1 and 2.
Right. And I have to say, Insidious 1, if there's ever a franchise in the last few years I have to compare it to, it's The Conjuring. Mm-hmm. I think these 2 movies have done so well. I think they may have been the best paranormal movie. I don't know there was a ghost movie when I was a kid that freaked me out. It wasn't Casper.
Right.
It was... it was like weird one-offs. You know, it was like Unsolved Mysteries when they talked about ghosts.
Yeah.
That was scary to me.
Like Poltergeist.
Poltergeist was big, but there was one when I was a kid. It used to be literally the Unsolved Mysteries types of show.
Okay.
Where they talked about ghosts and stuff like that. But this, I gotta say, Insidious 1 was very scary. It was very spooky. We have never reviewed that movie.
No.
But there's a certain character, like the demon. He's like black and white.
I'm going to tell you right now, I would love to review this movie, but I can tell you right now, the first one's way too spooky.
Absolutely.
It's a very scary movie.
Yes. And where this movie, I watched it a couple weeks ago, what they do off the bat great is the orchestra. Mm-hmm. It's the score, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because that can make or break a horror movie, right. Especially a movie like this.
So it's first time director Patrick Wilson, but he's also the actor who plays the main the dad.
He was the dad.
He's the dad in the first one, second one, third one,
and
he's also in The Conjurings.
Yeah,
he's made a good name for himself in the horror community.
Yeah, you know? He knows it's a cash cow too. So
yeah,
he does.
He's a good actor. I like Patrick.
He's
Wilson.
been in some other roles too.
Yeah, so absolutely has.
But I like that. What's her name made an appearance in this again?
Rose Byrne. Lynn Shay.
Lynn Shay has been in Insidious, and you know, people can remember if not from Insidious or that type of genre, it's from Kingpin. She was always in like the Farley Brothers type movies.
Yeah.
But she closed out this movie with this, and you can recognize her voice. She looks scary in that.
Yeah.
But I say right off the bat, I love the sound of the orchestra, and it just said Red Door. Right. I watched it in my basement. We just got it done over, and I have the surround sound behind me.
Right.
And it felt like a bunch of tingling things going up my spine.
Absolutely.
Oh shit!
This
is freaky.
I like the fact that they bring back all the characters too from the first, because those movies came out in like the early 2010s.
Yeah.
And I think the second one was 2013.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they brought that back, Patrick Wilson was able to direct it himself.
And right from the get-go,
same kids.
It opens up. He's at a funeral, Patrick Wilson, right?
Yeah.
And then, his wife tells him, you should pick up your son, take him to college. And that his son is the one who got taken over by that demon years ago when he was a kid. Now this kid's old enough to go off to college. But right off the bat, Patrick Wilson is in his car. He left the funeral, and he's texting. And it's a foggy back window.
Right.
And you could see the outline of a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly but surely he's walking up. So I'm like, it's already doing it right. It's already creepy.
Yeah, the only thing I did, so as a big horror movie, I think he relied too heavily on that. It was a very grainy looking movie in certain points.
Right.
And they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I think where you couldn't quite see in the background. But they did that a few times. And I just felt like it was almost overused.
Yeah, I mean,
it was effective.
We know the formula of this movie anyway.
Yeah. I'm glad they brought it closure, because the second one kind of brought it closure too.
Right. And it was a good storyline of what they wanted to do. So this movie, the youngest son who was taken over, got possessed by this demon when he was a kid.
Right.
Doesn't really have much recollection of it, so he goes off to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dalton. Dad went crazy. That's why they didn't work out. So he's got his, obviously, demons. I hate to use that pun. Takes him to school, but the kid's a very good artist. So it started to make sense as the movie went on a little bit further and further that the whole point of the red door, that's the door that you could permanently close. That's like the portal. Right. Apparently he can just tap into this world.
Well, there was all these repressed thoughts that are actually, like, that door always existed.
Yeah.
And he forgot about it.
He forgot about it because he never really knew. And he sleeps with a nightlight on at college.
Yeah.
You did that too, right?
I still do. And so he gets his roommate, right? I think her name's Chris in this one, right?
He gets a female roommate.
Yeah, she's cool.
She seemed very helpful to try to help him out.
I don't think
this journey.
That was a tough sell for me.
I'm like, if this was my roommate, I would immediately just get a change.
There's something wrong with this kid.
She's like, oh wow, I noticed you went off into this different world.
Yeah,
and he became a little bit violent, but it's probably just something taken.
I would at the very least tell an RA or a TA.
Yeah, not a college.
Listen, I'll stay with him. I'll stick with him for a couple days, but you might want to just write.
I was like, if I saw that, I'm like, well, this guy's got shooter vibe all over.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not staying with him.
Yeah.
So this kid pretty much ended this chapter of these three movies, is what it was, the whole point.
Right.
And he realized he had the same issue that his dad did, right?
So he was being haunted by Josh, the dad, Patrick Wilson. He was being
still being haunted.
He had this fog because the repressed thoughts were still trying to come back.
Right. And
he couldn't remember what happened from the first two movies.
He went to get an MRI.
Right. And
those things are claustrophobic by nature to see what's going on.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
Which brought up another great scene.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like it was just dark, it went pitch black, couldn't see anything. And then, I guess there was a little bit of light that came down and that girl came crawling up.
Right.
So, off the bat, this movie hits it with the music, the orchestra, the tone, the ominous girl walking in the back. You're feeling eerie from the get-go.
Absolutely.
So,
and I think what this movie does
the whole series has done well with this.
Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, it's the way in which we perceive it as human beings anymore, especially in the United States. It's considered a mental health issue, right?
Well,
that's almost like mental health.
They were calling him crazy. Calling him crazy. Now the question is, I think this is a question we're going to ask specifically on this episode. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Is it crazy to believe in ghosts? Because if you talk to very religious people, why do you believe there's a whole other world where everyone's angels and stuff? Isn't an angel technically a ghost?
I guess it's a good ghost.
Well, here's the thing: if you believe in angels in the afterlife and all that stuff, then demons are they counter that.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, I still believe in angels in the outfield.
That's true. I had a feeling you were going to try to weave that in here.
Yeah. Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Disney film.
I believe in angels and demons and stuff like that. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, why not? I mean, there's if you look
it's just a different view from in life of someone's mind. Just some people right now, they might be down here and thinking the room's on fire.
Or one person's demon can be somebody else's angel.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's all just how you view the world.
And we always say it's always in cliche stuff. Well, he had his demons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone has their demons.
Yeah, demons are always the fun stuff, too.
They are. That's why there's always an angel and a demon. It's like this.
But I forget the name of this demon. So this is they've revisited this demon, and he looks a little bit more too well done, I think.
Yeah, well, we've seen before.
Yeah, but he looks different than he was in the original. Now,
when this called like the red dot.
He's red and black. He reminds me of like that Star Wars character a little bit, or that Goth, or what?
Yeah, oh yeah, Darth Maul.
He kind of looks like him.
He does.
But when he was introduced in the first Insidious, and he's like he's playing that record song, and then he's like in hell. He's like, I don't know if I made me think of Jeepers Creepers. He's doing something where he's like sewing or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a freaky fucking thing.
It is.
Yeah, and he kind of
didn't see that coming at all.
No. Insidious 1 was really scary. So that was the introduction to the same demon.
Right.
Now, the whole point of this movie is the son, is going to finally put to rest.
Right.
And he was able to understand his father more once he did this.
Yeah.
So I would say it had its scares, had its creepiness. It had a back to college vibe. You know, like the fratty party type of thing. There was some weird douchey humor that was in there.
Yeah, it seemed like it wasn't. The
cliche of college is still holding up in these.
If you grew up watching, I'm trying to think back. Like, you know, some of these movies, they age with you, right? The Halloween came back 40 years later, but a lot of people grew up watching that movie.
Yeah.
Whereas people like now they're trying to, I guess, get kids to want to watch this, like young teenagers, so they try to have them put that vibe.
It's a whole new generation. And this movie just came out, so.
Yeah. At first I didn't know where they were going. That was the problem. I didn't understand, like, I didn't realize that was that was Josh's dad, that it was haunting him.
Right.
And I didn't know why he had the fog, and it was such a long time. I had to go back and rewatch number 2.
Because why did my marriage fall apart?
Yeah. But I like the fact that they brought the same kid back who played him, who played Dalton, and like that. It was all the same actors and actors. They even had the little part where they watched the video. The roommate Chris pulls up the video. It's actually Lin Shaye's 2 former assistants. Yeah, and I recognize the one guy I think is the writer of the movie, and the other guy I saw him in the newest. There was that show on the Lincoln Lawyer.
The demon was in that, right?
The demon was in that. Yeah, but it was. It was overall. I thought it was a pretty good movie, but going back to the frat part, it was like, just the things that they.
So they went back into the closet at the fraternity house to finish business.
Yeah.
So he could just like pass out, and then he could have an out of body experience, and see his own body, and then that's where he's in like that alter world where he could go visit this demon and take care of it.
That's what didn't make it much sense.
He never killed the demon though.
It didn't make much sense.
He just sealed it off with paint.
Yeah.
So he's an artist. He takes an art class.
Like, that's all it took.
And the red door, he just covered it in paint, and it forever. To me, what that says, if you just sealed that off, he didn't kill the demon though.
Right. It just seems
more
too easy. Like, wait, this thing's been, coming back through your repressed memories
in a portal,
and you just all you have to do is paint over it. Yeah. It just seemed a little too easy, I guess.
I thought when he says I have to tackle my demons or something like that, like he actually had to kill it. That thing's still in there.
Right. It's not dead.
Yeah, so to me, it was like you're just further suppressing it. So it's just going to fuck around with somebody else.
And I think that's the idea behind like the prequels.
So they're probably keeping it open.
The prequels, right? Everyone can get, I guess, possessed. But like, I didn't understand. Little things just didn't make sense to me. I guess I couldn't connect how the demon was able to grab the roommate in the real world,
right,
while Dalton was in the further. It just didn't seem like it.
I tell you what,
I don't remember that from the first and second one. But
the further, we've talked about this before. There's a phenomenon too, where it's kind of like I used to get sleep paralysis.
Okay.
Where I'd be awake, I'd be waking up.
Oh yeah.
And my whole body's paralyzed.
Right.
And it used to be fucking hell. I used to get it like once a month for like a good stretch during junior high, high school. And I'm like, and then I got to used to know what it was, but it still was horrid. And like you'd have to like just fucking rock yourself out of it. But some people would get that, and they would actually see a demon-like black figure in their room looking at them.
Will you ever have those dreams where you?
I never had a demon look at me.
You ever had that dream where you like fall off a cliff and you hit real quick?
Yeah.
And it wakes you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess people see that stuff, but like they can't wake up out of it. That's scary.
Yeah. So sleep paralysis is hell, but there's a good. I'm rare. I literally used to talk about this, not thinking nobody. This was like before the internet.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, why? Why am I waking up paralyzed? And I have to like shake myself out of it and to finally start moving.
Right.
And then I finally get up and I'm like, oh my! I remember the first time I had it, I was like, this is hell. Yeah. But there's a good amount of people who get that and see demons. I'm like, I know I'm weird enough. Like, am I just like attempt like put my one toe into the further here?
Hey, you might.
A whole different world where I'm like half asleep, half in real reality.
I mean, it's tempting, right? You see this, you can kind of see. It's almost like a shadow of what's going on.
If I saw like a demon, I'm like, oh fuck, no, not this, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's coming close to you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just possess me, because I think for our generation, this was a really good movie. But it's been nationally rated. We haven't done this movie. The first real possession movie was The Exorcist. Now we're talking about it. Can't believe I didn't mention that.
Yeah.
That scared more people at the time. I think it was the special effects in the 70s was really good for it.
It was real stuff.
Yeah, they had the same like Catholicism in there. They had a priest. I think it really taps into like an eternal fear with people.
Well,
that
it's a
shit's
real thing. Mental health is real. You know.
Yeah.
Whether it's you're seeing a demon or whether you're seeing, I mean, you could be seeing snakes all around or spiders all around or whatever. That's hell in your mind. You're seeing that all the time. I mean, it's. Whether or not this is true, a true story, no, it's not. But
I met that demon before.
Some people probably live through this every day, just seeing stuff. That's horrible.
I think like when we use the word spooky, especially we talk about it on our podcast, spooky to me resonates more with like the unknown. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the scary part, and that's why
it's more of a feeling.
But that's why the first movie and these blockbuster movies like are always so well received, and the sequels are never really Scream does it well. Scream's always done it because it's a whodunit. It's the killers from the original are dead.
And sometimes
who are the new killers?
And we have friends who think that freaks them out more, like the actual serial killers, because there's real people. Like Michael Myers freaks people out. I'm like, yeah, there's just a psychopath.
There's somebody out there that's saying
there's people who do that.
I've had enough, and I'm going to kill people.
Yeah, it's not well, like that's scary. Like to me, it's the unknown.
Serial killers are scary as hell. BTK.
Because I feel like I could kill another man if he just come in, but like, how the hell do you kill a demon? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And they can just pop out. I think that's the worst part about it, because you watch these movies, you're like, they're just going to close like a cabinet and the mirror is going to hit a reflection, or something's just going to pop out.
Right.
That's a part that just keeps you like this the entire fucking time.
What if COVID wasn't like a virus? It was demons.
Well, it could be, dude.
Like everyone get inside. Everyone's working from home and remote because there's demons.
It's the new variant of the demon, dude. It's coming out.
Man.
Whatever.
I don't like demons.
No.
So what do you think? What do you think of this movie?
Well, given the criteria from our meter here of way too spooky being the most spooky, spookless means it was an absolute piece of dog shit. There was nothing to it. Not too spooky.
You'd call it not too spooky?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Spookless, not too spooky, which means it had something good about it.
Spooky?
It was alright. Spooky, which is very good for a horror movie.
And then way too spooky.
And then way too spooky. I think given I know we're not supposed to base off the whole genre, the whole series of Insidious. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to isolate this in of itself and pretend I didn't even see the previous ones. I'm going to say spooky.
I'm going to give it a not too spooky. Somewhere like a, whatever, like a...
Yeah.
I'd give it a D. It was... Okay. I'm glad it came closure. I think it's been worked to death.
Yeah.
The first one scared the hell out of me.
Me
Second
too.
one, not so much. And this one, even less so.
Yeah.
Which happens.
Yeah.
It's still a good series, but I don't think they have to bring those characters back.
No.
And as much as I like I said, I like Rose Byrne. I like Patrick Wilson. I like the kid that plays Dalton. I think they're good characters, but it's just been done before.
Yeah, I like how it ended with Lynn, right? Her voice at the very end.
Lynn Shay's back. She's just kind of the ghost of her.
Yeah, there'll be another one, so we'll see. But I think that's it. So, you're gonna give it a spooky, dude?
What did you think of Insidious Red Door? Oh my gosh, you have a red hand.
He's got a red hand, man.
Were you painting with Dalton?
Oh.
No, with chalk.
With chalk.
Oh my word. I hope he doesn't access that world.
Yeah, me too. Are you going to go into the further?
Don't go into the further, man. It sucks. Don't go out there.
What's further?
It's stay near. Just stay close.
Okay.
Stay here, dude.
But what is it?
Can you say bye to everyone? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
All right. See you later.
Later, creatures.
Oh.